Hello, my name is Katie. I am a professional singer. I am also the mother to 3 children, the eldest of which, my daughter, is in palliative care.
Hi, my name's Joe. I'm a musician and the founder of Music in Hospices. You know, what was your first experience of like palliative care and hospice care, and how did that sort of unfold?
Yeah, I hadn't had a huge amount of experience before I had my daughter. She was diagnosed with a very rare type of mitochondrial disease, and we were referred very quickly to palliative care at Great Ormond Street Hospital and referred to Noah's Ark Children's Hospice.
Experiencing palliative care for the first time is sort of like a whole new world that not many people understand because it's sort of not talked about. And I wondered what your experience was sort of stepping into that.
I'd never really heard of Children's Hospice before I had my daughter, maybe kind of briefly, but the idea of palliative care is a very scary thing, and all you sort of think about is death, I guess. That this isn't about end of life necessarily. This is about making the life that you have the most comfortable and quality as it can be. And it's not just about having a good death, which is part of it. It's also about having a good life.
I think that's so important, right? That's like the greatest misconception, I think. Hospice care, palliative care is just for those with an end-of-life illness. And it's not at all. It's for people with a life-limiting illness. Yeah. But really, you can live very fully and very well for many, many years.
I think it's just something people can be very uncomfortable speaking about, especially when it comes to children. Something I didn't want to think about, I guess. And I wonder if more people heard stories like mine or visited places like Noah's Ark, where the hospice my daughter goes, they'd understand a little bit better. They are there to help us create memories. We get support as a family, not just for my daughter, who's the child with the life-limiting condition. I have 2 young sons as well, and there's a lot of support for them. And also, I think for my daughter and other children like her to know that they're not alone as well, and for the families to know that they're not alone. It's a community.
Do you have like one moment that you remember that was sort of like a really beautiful experience?
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, one of the most profound moments for me was actually very early on. Obviously, being a musician myself, music is a way that I express my emotions a lot. And the very first time we ever visited Noah's Ark Hospice, we took Leia to music therapy.
Yeah.
I'd never been to music therapy ever in my life, so I didn't really know what to expect. Kirsty, the music therapist, was so wonderful, and we just like let Leia play with different sounds, different instruments, and then she just sort of talked to me and said, "Is there any music that you want to play that would help you kind of manage how you're feeling?" And we did that, and it was just very personal, and she was just there for us and just there for Leia and just there for me. And again, it was just a very safe space, very safe experience. So it's made me realize that this isn't just a medical place. Like, there's so much going on here to enhance her quality of life and to make things feel a bit easier.
And how important do you think music is in palliative care? From your experience as an opera singer, but also your experience as a mother of someone needing support from the palliative care system?
I think it's hugely important. Like I said, you know, for me, music is such an important way of me expressing myself, expressing my feelings, and I feel it's very much the same for my children. It's a way of them being able to sometimes release frustration, and Leia to be able to do that. It's a way of being able to engage with emotions that you're feeling. It's a way of connecting to each other. There's this feeling of joy that it creates. And I think as well, like, music can be a great escape if you need it. You know, if you're having a difficult day, if you're struggling with pain, because sometimes medicine doesn't do it alone. Like, I hear songs that I knew when I was a child or that were from a special moment in my life, and they bring me to that place. And I think music has a very special ability to do that.
You know, if you look forward 10 years' time to sort of what hospice care and palliative care looks like, what would you like that to be?
Lots of complementary therapies, whether that's music, whether that is art, you know, making it a place to live, opportunities for people to connect with their families, to make memories. Just a more holistic, happy environment, I think, is the most important thing for all hospices, whatever age you are. I think education as well. Looking back at my childhood, I learned nothing about hospices. Actually, maybe talking to children and young people a little bit more about end of life and about people with different needs and medical needs. I think just demystifying everything. Again, making it feel more like just a part of life. It's so special and it's definitely not a depressing place. It's a place full of a lot of love and beautiful, caring people who work there.